Hello everybody, welcome to episode 6 of BeepSurvives on the moon. We're in Stationeers, and we're on the moon. Um, so last time we worked on our solar power, and I expanded the platform over here so that we could start getting atmospherics. So we expanded our power, so let's go ahead and change this sign here. We're going to be doing this one and this one. Let's jump right into it. We've got food, water. Alright. Make sure our air's on. Our air tank is getting low. Let's pop it in here real quick. I have some setup out here too. So this next step, guys, it's probably going to take an episode or two. Unless I really cut out a lot of it, which I don't think that I should. I've also got this area filled up with Atmo right now. You can set up a couple of these little basic filtration units. Basically all I have is an ice crusher leading into an inline tank, feeding into the filtration input, and same going for the filtered output. Oxygen in here, inline tank, filler. You gotta watch it. You can't just throw it in there and be like, oh, and boom, broken pipe. But if you watch it, you throw just as much ice in as you need, you can get this up to a decent pressure and get your tanks refilled, and this can last you. Put an insulated pipe on your waste on the last one and just leave it outside, about all the extra, you know. It works for now. It's not ideal, but it'll get your tanks filled up. So I've got a lot of parts. I've got pressure regulators, valves, pipe meters, gas mixers, pipes, cables, atmospherics, a ton of them. I've done a crap ton of mining, guys. It's taken me a while to prepare for this. And to be honest, I've already built this on a offshoot of this world. I wanted to make sure, one, that it was viable, two, that it works, and three, that it wasn't too complicated. If you follow along, it'll be okay. It depends on where you are and your understanding of the game. If you're farther than I am, you got some atmospherics already, then this shouldn't be hard at all. We are going to delve into phase change, but I think that might be part 2. We'll see how much time we have. Pipes, you're going to need a crap ton of steel, and you wouldn't think it, but you're going to need a crap ton of silicon as well, because it takes steel and silicon to make insulated pipes. We're going to need some insulated liquid pipes as well. I don't know if I have any of these made up. And we'll probably need a few specific bits and bobs. We'll get some of those making up. It's not too bad, guys. It's not too bad. So, one thing I recommend you guys doing, as soon as you can, make a bunch of these backpacks. They're a life changer. I made 4 of them. I don't know if it was between the last episode and now, but you could fucking just go mining like crazy, guys. You can just go out and don't come back until you're absolutely full, and you'll have more than enough than you know what to do with. I am going to throw in a little bit more ice. Let's split that in half so I don't... Oh, no, 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 no. Don't you melt into the atmosphere. I don't have any safeguards for pressure in here, so I can't just drop fucking ice. Jeez. Talk about almost exploding. That's 5 megapascals. We have 4, so it's an improvement.
Tank critical.
Temp's good? Okay. You know, that'll be enough for now. So let's go, let's fill up our bag. See what we're dealing with here. Do I have lockers? I know I have some extra lockers laying around somewhere. Give me a minute, and I'm gonna grab some lockers, and we'll put them out. Guys, I got some lockers. I grabbed some parts. Let's go and take a look at what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah, I changed the airlock a little bit. I like the advanced airlock because you can change the pressure that it pressurizes to. I was having a little bit of trouble with the vents, so I just connected them and then put a passive vent on the inside. So every time that it pressurizes or depressurizes, it just pushes the air back in. Nothing too major. So we have a platform here. It may seem quite big, but we're gonna use pretty much all of it. To start with, let's throw down some lockers. Yeah. Just throw it down right here. Okay. So, we're gonna have our tanks along the back here. And our filtrations a couple of lines forward right here. And we're gonna have all of our pipes. And then we're gonna have our phase change air conditioner unit right here. And then we'll have some room batteries right here with a walkway right down the middle extended out. We'll probably even have to extend this platform a few frames. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start by putting our waste tank down. We need somewhere for all of our gases to go before they're sorted. And we're just going to plop down a big insulated tank. You're on the moon, just do everything insulated. I mean, especially if you're anywhere else. You know, save up the resources for it, it's worth it. It's not worth doing non-insulated tanks, especially when you start out, you know, with no atmosphere at all. It's gonna freeze stuff if you don't. So let's go ahead and actually take some of our smaller tanks. And I'm thinking, put it right here. Okay, so we're gonna put it right here, and we're gonna have the outlet facing in the side right here. That way it'll give us room to expand to 4 tanks down the line. And then if we ever need more space, we'll have a line going down here to central waste output that circles back. Anyway, we can branch into it and build bigger tanks, and maybe a tank farm out there if we need even more gas. Which we just might, you know, I build big. I do. So we're gonna plop one down right here. here, here, and we're gonna need more space. I'll extend that platform in a cut here later. So let's go ahead and get our first atmospherics down. We're gonna put that right here. Make sure you select filtration. It resets on every time you set this down. So we're just gonna go down the line. Need that one too, I believe. So we're gonna need. So let's say we got volatiles, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, pollutant, nitrous. Yeah, I'm good. Let me go ahead and expand this real quick. Okay, we got that expanded. Let's go ahead and get this last one set up. Remember, we're every other space, right in the middle here, just like that. I think that's all the major gases. Let's double check here. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Thought it was 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 if we want to filter H2O out of our network, which I guess we could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just stick with 6 right now. If we ever get water in there, I mean, it's possible, but we'll stick with this. So let's get these built real quick. We need pipe. I'll go ahead and get the rest built up and I'll be right back. Okay. Now let's start laying down our pipes. Alright. So this is what we're specifically filtering out. Go ahead and bring it down like this. And we'll prepare for the eventuality of more tanks. We're going to bring this down and we'll work on that section later. Now this part, I like to bring over like this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab pipe. You know what? I think I'll spend a few stocking this up with the parts inside and I'll be back, okay? Alright guys, I got some of the parts out here. So we're gonna take some pipes. I'm just gonna lead this pipe over so it doesn't block our view of this. And we're gonna go one more. And down. Okay. And that's pretty much how this is gonna look. So I'm just gonna go down like this. And I'll get the rest set up just like this, and then I'll connect the bottom line like that.
Hydration critical.
Alright guys, I was eating and drinking, and check out what we have. We finally have enough to make a bread loaf. And we got exact amounts in there this time. Yay! Alright. Let's check the sucker out. First bread loaf. Wow. 4-star food. Okay. Oh, damn. That's a lot of nutrition. Cool. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. Okay, guys. I've got this line finished up. So, just to recap, we have our tanks being fed by our filtration unit. Our waste is going out here, back into the waste line, which feeds the rest of them. Okay. So down here, see what I want to do is I want to set backups, you know, like safety measures. Then once these get full and these lines get full to the point that we don't want them anymore, they'll feed back into this line, which will still be the waste line. So anything that gets filtered but we don't have storage for it, it'll get stored in the waste line in the waste tank. And then if that gets overpressurized, then it'll come through a regulator here and just be vented to the atmosphere. But this way, in case we're using a gas and we're processing the gas, it's not gonna be wasted. You know, if I hope that makes sense. It might make more sense once we get it set up. Well, let me go ahead and finish this and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got the waistline finished. So, this is the waste tank, waistline. It goes all the way around. If anything gets overpressurized, it comes out here, back into the waistline, and out. So, to make sure that we don't blow ourselves up, or blow a pipe, we want to take out this one from every downline. Except for this one. And we want pressure regulators. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down to the back pressure regulator. Make sure these arrows are facing down, because we want the gas going out. And there we go. And these will be set to the specific gases. So down here, we'll probably have like nitrous oxide and then pollutant. And nitrous oxide starts liquefying at pressures pretty much above 1 MPa, so this will be pretty much nothing. Pollutant, I want to keep at about 3 MPa, maybe even a little lower, just to be safe. We have a lot of volume, so 3 MPa of pollutant is more than we'll ever need in a full tank setup. But the rest can pretty much be compressed all the way up until pipe bursting. So what we want to do, we'll want to grab our labeler here. And this is going to be the nitrous oxide, so we're going to just set this to 1 MPa. This will be... let's just call it 3 unless we have a problem, and we'll come back and change it. These other ones I'm going to set at 48 MPa. I know the pipes can hold up to 60, but they start groaning at like 49 or 48 and a half or something, and I hate it. So if we have pipes groaning, we need to check stuff. That's our warning signal. We don't want to be just hearing pipes groaning all the time and then getting used to ignoring it. Okay. Next step is to set all of our thingamabobbies. So let's take a break from the building part real quick and grab our pipe meters. And we want to easily view our waste network no matter where we are on this network. So let's just go ahead and put them right here for now. Or not for now, but yeah, this is the part that we're doing right now. Okay. Okay, so at this point, you could set this up. You could wire this up. This would run. It would filter the gases in here. That pressure valve will keep you from overpressurizing your tanks. We do need to set a pressure relief valve on the waste pipe down here. Let's go ahead and I want to put that right here. And I want to set this one to 48 as well. Okay. Let me grab passive vent for this, and we need to set up our liquid drains. I went and got our liquid drains. We're gonna need more, but this will be fine for now. So what you want... okay, so if these gases turn into liquids on their own without me wanting it to, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't have a need for it. Unless we're actively making the liquids ourselves, compressing the gases enough to turn it to liquid, and then either doing something with that liquid or storing it. I don't want it. It causes troubles. It will break pipes. I just want it gone. So I'm going to choose the passive liquid drain. I'm going to have one on every pipe network. Just like so. And every pipe network, a network counts as a pipe section until it is broken up by like a regulator, a valve, So we're going to need one on this network as well. And since it has such a high volume, I'm going to want one every other section of this just to make sure it drains quickly. Maybe even every section. But at that point, maybe we'll want an active drain outlet. Um, this one. Connect to like an expansion valve. You know, it's down the line. So I'm gonna make a couple more of these and get the rest of this set up. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put one here just for good measure. 5. So 5 more. Okay. So we got our inlets finished. Or outlets, sorry. Liquid outlets. Now we're going to set up our cooling. So I want every gas that's stored, no matter what, to be at the same temperature. So we are a space station. You know, we're gonna get visitors, we're gonna get traders, and traders only accept gases at a certain temperature. I think it's like between 10 and 30 or 10 and 20. So we're gonna have a big self-made AC unit using phase change, and I'm gonna set that up right here. And we're gonna have a central coolant line that's kept at a certain temperature, and then we can cool everything down with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up, grab it so you guys see what I'm talking about. We're gonna set up one of these next to every tank farm right here. And we're gonna have our coolant line going in this side. And we're gonna have a pipe coming out right here and going in, and that will cool down the gas because it will equalize the temperature between the two until it reaches an equilibrium, and the coolant line will always be kept at a certain temperature, or at least worked to bring it down to a certain temperature. So I'm gonna have this come down just like this, and in fact we're going to do this. We're going to have a pipe meter here to see our stored gas pressure. Just like, well, you know, without it being upside down, preferably. Like so. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this built up. We need regular pipe. Neighbors in their loud cars. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. What was I doing? Oh, right. Building that. So we need steel sheets and welding torch. So I have some steel sheets right here. Okay. That's all it is. And we'll have our coolant line coming over so we can see this. Let me get that off. Yeah. So when this is working, it will give you a heat exchange rate, numbers and all that. So and we're going to want this to come up. We'll connect that up later. Now I'm going to get more set up. I don't think I can do every single one right now. We'll have to build more. But we'll go ahead and get what we can build. Give me just a minute. Alright, as I weld these up, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. It helped us out a lot. And I am really surprised at how many people are subscribing lately. Thank you very much to all of you. And it actually means a lot. It really does. I did not expect to get even 10 people, let alone 31 at the last count. Jeez. Thank you, everybody. It's kind of crazy. Let's continue building our community and get some like-minded individuals. Let's see where it goes. Just remember, I'm just a guy like anybody else, playing a game, figuring stuff out as I go. Hopefully I can help some people along the way. And hopefully we get more people that are more knowledgeable about the game than me. Like, we have a few in the Discord already that are just crazy with their knowledge. Feel free to join the Discord. If I can't answer it, there's going to be somebody that can. Yeah. So this is a pretty big build. It's ambitious. I like to build big. It doesn't matter what game I'm in. You know, I have a goal, or I come up with a goal, and we work towards it. Okay, we're gonna need to do one more. I think I have these spaced out. No, I have them like this before. Okay. It feels like I have a little less space than I did when I built this up before. Oh well, whatever. We'll make it work. I expected some deviations. It's all good. Okay, so we're gonna need more pipe. Let's go ahead and use this up real quick. We're already getting there. I thought this was gonna take longer, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be a two-part episode for all of it. Alright, I'm gonna make some more pipe. I might need to do some more mining or some more smelting. I have the furnace set up where our bedroom is gonna be. Over here. I have fucking parts just laying everywhere. Of course I do. Yeah, let me go get some more parts built up and we'll be back. Alright guys, I made some pipes. So our next step is to connect our coolant line up here together. We'll just keep it as low as possible. Just like so. Just like so. You get the idea. We'll be right back after I connect it up. Alright, and down at the end, we're going to do a three-way corner, because our cooling is going to be set up over here, and our extra coolant tanks that are already cooled so that we have a buffer. You know, the more volume you have in a network, the harder it is to change it. So if we have a big buffer of our cooled coolant, then it'll be harder for other things to raise the temperature of it. I learned the principles about that, you know, from just keeping fish. Same kind of idea goes here. And so we're going to bring this over. I'm not going to connect it up yet, just so we know where it's going. And then down on this line, we're going to have a series of these to cool our waistline down. So I want to bring this over this way as well. And that's going to be the next step. Alright. Once again, we're out of pipes. You're going to need a lot of pipes if you're following along. I recommend, if it's your first time, doing a smaller setup, maybe with just, you know, your 3 primary gases, or even just the little setups like that inside, but with some, you know, pressure regulators and stuff like that to vent bad stuff. But for now, I'll be right back. I'm going to make more pipe. I'm going to make 3 or 4 more of the large direct heat exchange units. And we're going to set that up right there. I'll be right back. Guys, I'm back. I extended the frames out 1. I figured out that's what I did. I had this extended by 2 and the tank set here, so I wasn't expecting to be all the way up against the wall back there, but we'll make it work. It's no biggie. Let's go ahead and set down these exchange units. We're going to set 4 of them up right here. So we're going to have them going like this. Got these built up, and I'll be back. Okay. Now we need to set up our inlet and outlets. So this is our input. I got this right? Gas. Yes, okay. We're gonna have this come out. 1. Then it's gonna be teed off and then connected. This is our waistline. Connected up just like so. And then we're going to do the same thing we did over there. We're going to have this come up and then up, or over and up. Just like that. Okay, and so this is set up now. Waste comes in here, gets cooled by our coolant line. So I think our next step is to get these lines colored. That way it's a little easier to keep track of them. So I'm going to grab some spray paint. You can make that in the tool bench if you haven't before. I'm going to put them right here. So I will be right back, and I'll get all the colors made. Alright guys, so we got our spray paint. Let's go ahead and get started. Biggest one first. Waistline. Already looks better. And I like to use pink for pollutant or coolant. This is going to be our volatiles, so let's paint this red. And then this line red. Tank. To make fuel, we mix oxygen and volatiles. So this is going to be oxygen. This is already white. Let's do that. And then to make breathable gas, we mix oxygen with nitrogen and carbon dioxide. So let's go ahead and make this one nitrogen, which I'm going to do black. And then we need carbon dioxide, which I'm going to do gray. And then we have pollutant and nitrous oxide. And so pollutant is pink. And I'm going to do nitrous oxide as green. We might change pollutant to purple, as it's a stored pollutant and not the coolant. Or we may change coolant to purple. I have to think about that. So, we've got our lines painted. What's our next step? I think our next step is filling this out, getting filters in, and then not getting it wired up right away. That'll come after we get the AC set up. There's just a couple of bits and pieces that I want to put on to make life a little easier and to make it look a little cooler. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for a little bit, and then I'll be back with you guys. I'm going to throw all the spray paints here for easy access. Alright guys, I will be back in just a second for you. Okay guys, so we have pipe meters and some utility tanks to make it look cool. I think our next step is to start getting our AC setup done. I'm going to split this up into two parts. This build that we just did is going to be the first one. The next episode will be our phase change cooling unit, and we'll get that hooked up, and then after that's up and running, we'll get our batteries and we'll get power into here, and we'll get this up and running. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Keep on surviving out there. Hopefully you do better than me.